Hello and welcome back to another DozCast episode. I am your host, Mr. Doz, joined again by BrotherDoz, with, whatever, who knows. And today we're going to be doing a Reddit episode, but it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of reading stories, I'm going to read this post, and we're going to react to some of these comments here. So this comes from our Rhinestone Taco. And it says, this subreddit has felt constipated for a while. Like it just needs to push something out of its system. Hot takes thread is what the doctor ordered. Last time we did one of these was more than a year ago. Now and back then it was pretty darn popular. Sorry. So let's hear it. What is your spiciest video game hot take? And
this is an r/gaming hot takes or something.
Our giant bomb.
r/giant bomb.
Okay. Yeah. First comment here: Metal Gear Solid is an overrated franchise. The only playable game is the Phantom Pain.
Never played it. Can't say anything.
Yeah, I've been trying to get myself in the Metal Gear series, but haven't been able to do that so far.
Got to be worth something if the internet memes on it all the time. Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you try backing up with the source?
Yeah.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Typical politician. Peacock, no cum. What? I think the hate towards EA is overblown. Sports games are based on real sports. They can't change that. Thoughts?
What's the hate on EA Sports?
Same game every year.
Uh,
At least that's the one I hear the most, probably.
I don't like sports games anyways.
Yeah.
Am I even truly a gamer when I don't play half the games? I don't play even a fifth, a 10th, a 20th of all the games that are offered. I just keep going back and playing Halo.
You've played Elden Ring, so.
I played Bloodborne.
Ah.
Played Elden Ring.
You played.
What role am I playing? The victim?
You played Oblivion Remastered.
I have not played Oblivion Remastered.
You played the original Oblivion.
I have not played the original Oblivion.
Wow. I'm beginning to think all you play is Destiny 2.
That's not true. Play Halo.
Alright. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say on that either, because I'm trying to think of any sports games that I've ever played.
I played FIFA for the first time just the other day, and my friend just watched and laughed as she saw me suffering.
Yep.
I had no idea how to play this game.
Yeah.
I know how to play soccer. So, I mean, I don't know. I just... They're just turning out money. I feel like if it's just going to be the same damn thing every year, then why? Other than for profit, why make something new? Like, just wait every 5 years when you have something meaningful.
Exactly.
That's my take, but that's not coming from the games. I don't play them.
But then you won't have whoever's
plans.
No, I was gonna say whoever's on the cover of that game that year, you know?
Yeah. One year they said they put John Cena on the cover, but I didn't see anything.
It took me a minute to get that one.
Yeah.
Bethesda makes bland, ugly, boring, and buggy games, and people love strictly because of nostalgia and have to be fixed / improved by the modding community. It's upsetting it's upsetting that who's he, hyped up Starfield, which had a 6-year development time, and said it's intentionally made to be played for a long time, but it lacks interesting gameplay aspects. No Man's Sky is astronomically better, bruh. And Starfield will... than Starfield will ever be. Not to mention that some parts of the game looked ripped straight from the PS2/3 era. This goes for all Bethesda games. Fallout 76 felt like it was an attempt to be Destiny 2, if you say so, even though D2 has its own problems. but its biggest problem was the flawed launch of the game, of course. Granted, it got slightly better. The fuck did you just send me, dude?
Giga Chad Howard.
Okay.
Todd Howard, Giga Chad.
I'll look at it in a second. You made me lose. Granted, it has gotten slightly better since the launch, but the problem still remains that it's just your generic Bethesda game. Skyrim took 5 to 6 years for development and still came out looking like Lord of the Rings Gollum game. And having to equal... Bad.
Okay.
The Gollum game came out like last year, or the year before that, I think, and it legit looks like it had PS2 graphics. Like, it was bad. Where was I? Gollum. The game is fundamentally flawed and extremely broken in most areas and require the use of mods to be somewhat playable. It's upsetting because Bethesda has stuck to the same boring formula for years and still has yet to make a game that's 1. Playable on launch, 2. Does not have creepy/boring and uninspired NPCs, 3. Good to play. Someone responded to that. I agree with most of this, but Skyrim came out in 2011 and Lord of the Rings Gollum came out in 2023, so that's not a fair comparison.
Also, Skyrim has beautiful graphics. I don't know what this guy's smoking.
Pot.
Even on pot. I feel like game recognizes gain, you know? No, I mean, I don't know much about Starfield. I played it for like 20 minutes once. I don't own the game, but
I'm surprised he didn't mention once the fucking pronouns.
That's true. As for the I don't know. I still come back to the Bethesda games all the freaking time. Guess that makes me the part of the problem, doesn't it? Part of nostalgia. But the thing is, I didn't play Skyrim until 2021 for the first time, and it was magical. I'm still playing it. It's so good. I've been missing out for the last 15 years. But um, Fallout 3, I recently replayed that one. I played that one a long time ago, and I wasn't really playing for nostalgia. I don't have a lot of nostalgia for the game. I thought it was kind of a gross game when I first saw it. It's like, ugh, the graphics are shit.
Yeah, same.
I played New Vegas. And New Vegas is the one that got me to want to play 3. So eventually I did 3 on your Xbox, 5 years ago at this point. That was the first time I played. I played through the game. I mean, I started it at some points, but I finally finished the game just a few years ago. Fallout 4, I played when it came out. That one was fun. So, yeah, hard disagree. They're just mad. 76, I know, had a lot of problems. And apparently it's now widely praised. And it's, not a knock on Bethesda, but I don't know. It's not my game. I don't really care for it.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean that their formula is bad.
It does suck when they release a buggy ass game, but I feel like 90% of the companies release gaming nowadays are all doing that. Just release it and fix it later.
Yeah, I can't say anything for Starfield, of course, but at least Bethesda games just have charm, Like there's something special about each one.
Yeah. I can't tell you the amount of times I've replayed New Vegas at this point.
Can I talk to you for a second? What is it? Bye.
You're looking to buy you're looking to buy some supplies?
Can do.
Candy.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Everything's for sale. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second.
Damn.
You need to talk to Bellathor in Skyrim. You still need to play Skyrim.
Yep.
Freaking normie. Be part of the cult.
One day. seeing the hype of the Oblivion remastered was kind of making me go, maybe I should give Skyrim a try.
Yeah, I mean, I have played. I lied when I said I haven't played Oblivion. I did play it for like an hour, but I don't really count that. I
The
mean, I
original or the
started it.
remaster?
Original. I don't have the remaster yet.
Okay.
I have plenty of other things I need to do. I will get it eventually. I'm actually really excited to play that one. But I just there's no point in me buying games right now when I'm just creating a backlog. I may as well just wait. I mean, shoot, I bought Horizon Zero Dawn for $12 one year because it was on sale, and I was like, hell yeah, dude! I've heard a lot of good things about this game. And then it's been like 4 years. I still haven't played it. So I was like, okay, I mean that's great. It's never gone on a sale more than lower than $12 to be fair, but still. So unless I see a game that's like 90% off, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'll just wait until I get around to playing it, or until my backlog is smaller. Anyway, I'm a Bethesda simp, so
Yeah, understandable. Next one,
I'm just strong with this one.
The Wii U is better than the Switch. Now, I think those are like two consoles that you've never even played, so I don't think you have much to say on this. But
I don't play Nintendo.
I own a Wii U. I do not have a Switch, but I have played a Switch a few times when I go to a friend's house and they have the Switch. And yeah, I gotta say, I think I kind of agree with that one. I love my Wii U, and the few times I play the Switch just make me go, man, I'm glad I didn't waste money on this thing.
Damn.
Because I don't know what it is about the Switch, but well, for one thing, it's those tiny ass controllers, and yeah, I love like the Wii U's. Like obviously, I know it's old tech by this point, but I love like the little screen that you can basically take wherever you go. And sure, you can do that with the Switch, but back when I was playing it, I didn't do that. So, yeah, I agree. I think the Wii U is better. Come at me, bitch. Nintendo simps. Yeah, that's right. You're going to go buy that fucking $450 console and then buy $90 games? Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right.
Anyway, video games should not be nominated for Game of the Year if they're exclusive to only one platform.
I don't think so.
Nah.
It's okay to have an exclusive, just as long as not everything's an exclusive. It's fine. I don't need to have Zelda on PC. Some people might like that. I mean, there is a way.
This is the way. Yeah, I don't think I agree with that one either. Because if it's a really good game and a lot of people played it, that it should deserve a Game of the Year.
Yeah. You shouldn't have movie of the year or film of the year if it didn't release in Blu-ray. It only released in theaters and DVD and 4K, but there's no Blu-ray.
Yeah, exactly. It released on vinyl. What?
Yeah, sorry. You can't have a best song of the year if you didn't release in vinyl. What? Why?
I don't know how you feel about this one. I played Titanfall 2 once, so I don't know about this one. But Titanfall 2's campaign was fun and great with incredibly creative level design, but it's really overrated.
I love Titanfall 2. I'm a big simp for that one as well. As far as it being overrated,
Kinda.
I think it's people are saying it's overrated because it comes from a crowd that was gypped from a sequel and continued support. I think Titanfall 2 itself would just be another game in the franchise for a good franchise if they had just if they kept going with it. So I think the hype that it receives is rose-tinted glasses because of what we could have gotten. And I'm on the train of hyping it because I think they should go back into it. I think there's a lot of potential there, especially in a stale market. Also, okay, I just thought of this. When you have major players like Halo and Call of Duty using enhanced movement tech, and what do people say that they're doing? They're calling it Titanfall movement.
Hmm.
That doesn't seem very overrated if people are literally deeming some kind of trait in a video game after it, or they're naming a trope. I mean, that doesn't mean that it has to be good. I guess there could be something bad that people use, but generally people like Titanfall's movement. And then when other people try to copy it, they call it copying Titanfall. There's Titanfall mechanics to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I generally agree with the sentiment. I think the game itself is overrated. Not overrated, but like overhyped right now. It's just like we could have gotten so much more.
And we did get more. We got what came out of that? Apex Legends, right?
Apex Legends, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem is they went into that and didn't really invest in anything good. What was I gonna say? Another thing about Titanfall is that a lot of people love its multiplayer. Its multiplayer is apparently really fun. I didn't get to enjoy it that often.
Hmm.
I only got the campaign experience. I really like the campaign.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for the multiplayer crowd. It's another game that has people crying over a robot. You know, like that's hard to do.
Detroit Become Human.
I'm not saying no other game does it or movie. Just not everyone does it. What was that one? Short Circuit. That was another one.
Yeah, that's the one.
The Iron Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's on those kinds of levels.
Yeah.
It got me teary eyed at the end. No spoilers, but yeah, I guess. Do with that information as you will.
Protect the pilot.
Protocol 3, protect the pilot. What are you doing? Trust me. BT. Okay, maybe that was a major spoiler.
There are no actual this choice will 100% have consequences games out there. Frankly, most, if not all, choice-based games give you the illusion of choice, because at the end of the day, the result is still the same no matter what choice you choose.
In what context is this?
I have no idea, because that doesn't make sense. Like, I can tell you, like, Detroit Become Human has choices that are like, this choice will have consequences. Fallout has choices that are like, this will have consequences.
The Witcher.
The Witcher.
100%. I'm still haven't finished that one, but
I could go on. So I don't know.
And there's some games that don't really do much with their choice systems, but yeah, The Witcher. I'm only like a quarter of the way through, maybe half at this point. And yeah, even the side missions, it's like you say one thing, that one thing wrong, and it completely changes everything else. And it's like I don't want to spoil anything, so I just make up an example of a random quest. It's like, oh no, this village is being attacked by this monster. It's like if I attack the monster at 11 p.m. I mean, there's a reason for it being 11 p.m. I shouldn't give that as an example of just like it being completely arbitrary. But you have two choices. Like you can attack in the morning, you can attack at night, or something. And like you decide to attack in the morning. And it's like because you do that, a kid's there when he really shouldn't be. If you do it at night, and then kid dies as collateral damage or something. But then if you do it at night, then maybe it's stronger, and you're not as effective in killing it, and it kills like 3 adults. And it's like, so what? But that's not like a choice that's framed right up front. You like learn that as you go. You don't know that, if I choose to do it at this time, these are the consequences. If I choose to do it this time, these are the consequences. So yeah, it'll slap you in the nuts sometimes with their choices. That's just what's on my mind, but I'm sure plenty of games do that. So I like I said, I don't know what this person's context is.
Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna love this next one. probably gonna be hated, but Skyrim was one of the most disappointing games I've ever played. Had it hyped up for years, heard so many good things about it, and finally decided to snatch the godlike game during a sale and try it out only to find out the graphics looked like crap, the movement felt bad, the whole game felt weirdly stiff, refunded it really quickly, and the just install mods bro argument is stupid. If you need to install 50 plus mods, graphics, mechanics, combat, and overhaul mods, then the base game can't. Then the base game. Oh, then the base came. I think it meant to say game. Can't be that good. Uh, FromSoft games are really fun. Only played DS3, ER, and Skiro. I don't know what those games are. Uh,
Uh,
but but these
Demon Souls, yeah.
oh, okay. But they are really not for everyone, and the community needs to stop making fun and hating people for not wanting to play them. Not wanting to spend 2+ hours learning a single boss is not a skill issue. It just means they're more sane than we who play the games.
I think he just kind of undoes his argument there at the end. He's like, Skyrim isn't that good. Well, I wouldn't. Even if I didn't like Skyrim, I wouldn't say it's not good. There are plenty of things to like about Skyrim. I mean, it doesn't have the most robust systems for combat or anything, which is what I think what they commented on, janky combat. But it's got beautiful music, great visuals. You know, I don't know what that person was smoking about the graphics earlier. It was a very good looking game for 2011,
What?
and
Didn't you play the remaster, not the original?
of Skyrim.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, one of the 20 remasters, I mean.
I played Skyrim Special Edition, which had some upgrades, but it's not a full on remaster as far as I know. It is a separate game though. There is the Anniversary Edition, which has some other touch ups. But no,
Anniversary.
it's a good looking game. No, what I'm saying is, he undoes his argument there because he's like, oh well, FromSoft games aren't for everyone. Well, maybe Skyrim's not for you then.
Hmm.
Well, I don't care. I don't. I mean, there are probably some bad actors in the Skyrim and Elder Scrolls community that would ostracize you and tell you you're wrong or whatever. But if you don't like Skyrim, you don't like Skyrim. But my first time playing The Witcher, I played for like 3 hours. And I just couldn't do it. I was like, I don't see what people see in this game. I can tell it's like well made. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's just not for me, and that's okay. Not everything has to be made for me.
No.
But then I played it again. I tried it again, and this time around, it's been really good.
If game developers
gotta be
don't
into that
make a game specifically for me, what are they doing? Like, oh, okay.
exactly.
There,
Exactly.
there was a reply that said, for 12 years ago, it was sick. And then a reply that says, I mean, I bought it day one and it was massively hyped uh, and I thought it sucked ass. Most of the NPCs are completely forgettable. Excuse me. Hey, you're finally awake. Still quoted this day, so I don't know what I'm talking about. And a massive step down from Morrowind and even Oblivion. Story wise, and the combat is mind numbingly easy and simple to the point that almost everyone defaults to a stealth archer
Called Archer. Yeah.
build so they don't have to engage in it at all.
That's not fair. Everyone does. I do Stealth Archer in just about, you know, metaphorically speaking, in almost every game I try and do,
Yeah.
especially Bethesda games. I almost always go into stealth, lock picking, and pickpocketing, and silenced weapons. That's that's just a common trope that a lot of people go into, so it just makes it easy. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, were you gonna continue with some replies?
No, that was the last of the replies.
I have heard from the Elder Scrolls community that yes, Skyrim compared to the other Elder Scrolls games is a step down. I can't confirm that because I've not played any of the others. But yeah, I've heard that. I have a friend of mine who refuses to play Skyrim, but she's played Oblivion, and absolutely loves that game. And so I told her eventually I'll be able to play Oblivion now that the remaster's out, and then we can finally talk about Elder Scrolls.
Very nice. This comment actually came from an account that is now deleted. So
Wonderful.
Yep.
r/u/deleted.
Let's see what else looks interesting. You never played Ghost of Tsushima, have you?
Nope.
Nearby.
I've seen 10 minutes of gameplay, maybe.
What about Red Dead Redemption 2?
I've never played RDR2. I haven't. We played GTA. Close enough.
Yeah. Well, it's just someone saying that Red Dead Redemption 2 is overrated and didn't deserve Game of the Year as much as God of War did, and I'm like, no comment. Didn't play any of those games.
Well, I think when you have two really good contenders, like, you're gonna have a salty crowd from people who thought one was better than the other.
Yeah,
but
true.
isn't that just like a good thing to have multiple games that are contenders for Game of the Year? Like, do you want games that are clear winners every single year? So there's like every year that comes out, you have 50 games. That's not literally 50 games, but you have 50 games to choose from, and only one of them actually is good. Or do you want 50 games that are all really good, and it's a tight race to see who gets Game of the Year? Like, I'd rather just have more good games.
Yeah. What was the year that Elden Ring got Game of the Year and people were salty because it was like, it should have gone to Spider-Man or whatever.
Ragnarok. I think it was 2021, right? 2022.
Something like
Only a
that.
couple years ago. Yeah, well, like I said, two really good games coming out the same year. Why is that a loss? That's a huge win. I knew a lot of people who played both games, and like, no matter who wins, like, it's a win for the gamers.
First-person shooters are an easy out for programmers who don't want to animate playable characters, and it's lazy.
I don't know anything about game development.
Yeah, I don't know about game development.
Also, I mean, the only thing I can think of is animations wise. You probably have fewer animations to worry about, but the quality of the animations in a first person shooter really depends on how well, how do I say this? How snapped together all of the hands are with whatever you're holding. I don't know how to describe it, so I'm doing a piss poor job here. But like in Halo, the animations needed to be snappy. That's why people like animation, the first person animations so much in Halo, and then that translated into Destiny as well. People love how snappy the animations are. Like, they're satisfying to watch, Whereas in third person games, and this isn't a competition, but like in third person games, I think you can get away with a little bit of jankiness. It's okay to have the weapon on your back float, maybe like an inch or two away from your physical body, you know. But it's impressive when people actually go the extra mile and make things work even more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if it's lazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's a lot cooler when you have both. As far as I was seeing in the Oblivion remaster, both first person and third person looked really good.
The BioShock plot twist is very overrated.
Agree.
Yeah.
Overrated? Yeah. It was cool. It was really cool. But I think you and I played Infinite first. I think that reveal was cooler. I might get hated so much for saying that. I know a lot of BioShock players don't like or don't appreciate Infinite nearly as much as the first game. But,
Yeah.
I liked it. That was another game that I started and didn't really like my first time playing. Thought I was never going to get around to it, and then I tried it again, and I was like, okay, actually, it's good. I'll keep playing it, and then I was rewarded. The Andrew Ryan the twist with his monologue there. Um, that is a really cool, precious gaming moment. Like that, hands down, really good. I just think the twist itself, I was like, yeah, I'm brainwashed.
Nah,
Yeah.
I was kind of the opposite. I was just confused. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm who? And I got here how? When? Where? Huh? And then it
True.
went,
They didn't really make me care enough.
yeah, it wasn't until I
Like,
went back and played the game again and actually picked up a lot more of those tapes that are, laying around that I understood a bit more. And it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes the twist a bit more interesting, but
well, that is also a staple of a good game. There is where you learn more on your second go around.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But I don't know, smashing Comstock's face into the bird bath or whatever that was, and then your nose bleeding. That it's just such a subtle thing that I was like, oh my god. I was like that one just hit me. Whereas would you kindly? I'm like, huh? And then it just kind of it's a slow reveal. So that like I think on paper it's nice. It's a slower reveal. So like, would you kindly? And you're like, what? And so people who are really paying attention will get it a lot sooner. So I guess if you want to say Infinites is more spoon fed because the nosebleed thing happens, uh, pun not intended, like in your face, um, multiple times. So like you as a player are already conditioned to that. Whereas would you kindly, and then using the audio logs, right?
Yeah.
That's all like stuff that's there for you to discover, and so keen eyes and keen ears will appreciate it sooner on that first playthrough. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm just biased with my spoon fed reveal.
And then 2 didn't have any twist, so.
I still haven't finished it.
Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Yeah, well,
The 6th one I just gotta read because there's a funny reply. Buying skins won't level up your gaming skills, just your look. Someone replied to that. No shit.
that's not a take.
Yeah, that's not take, dude. That's just facts.
That's the theory of gravity here in this in the gaming world. Yeah, no shit. We all know.
All right, I know you're a big Doom fan, so let's see what you have to say about this one. Most people who say Doom 4 is better than Doom Eternal are people who simply refuse to engage with Eternal's game physics. There are certainly people who want a mindless shooter, and I have met most of those people before. But Doom Eternal is just a more well-made game overall, and actually makes you use a few brain cells, and a general trend. Too difficult generally activated code for I don't want to adapt to the game, and am frustrated that I don't get to do whatever I want and succeed. There are definitely exceptions to these rules, but a lot of people you see complain are just too stubborn to adapt to what the game wants them to do. Edit: console wars have always been and always will be stupid. Okay.
Someone in the comments probably tripped him off.
There's no replies, so that's why I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Um, I so his take was that people are just complaining that it's too difficult and whatnot. I disagree. I didn't find uh, Eternal is more difficult, but I had fun getting used to the new mechanics. It's a lot of fun. I think, like if you compared just the gunplay side by side, Eternals is better. Like it's more satisfying if you can get it down. But there's a lot I could say about it. But my thing about Doom 2016 is that I just thought it was. I think it's a better game because its story isn't as ham-fisted. Um, it's a lot simpler, which it can be derogatory marks on its I guess on your score, but it's simpler and the atmosphere is much better in Doom 2016. That was my big thing. Like every time you pick up a gun, it's like on some dead body or you rip it off of something, which Doom Eternal also has. There's one section where you do have a really cool rip off section. Um, but for the most part in Doom Eternal, anytime you get a new weapon, it's just like floating there, like an arcade game, you know? And it matches. Like I know what they're going for. It's not bad, but they're going for um they're going for a Doom 1 to Doom 2 approach. If you recall the
Yeah.
1993
Yep.
and 95 game, where the original Doom was a lot more serious, and then Doom 2 was much more arcadey. I guess that's the best way I could put it, arcadey. And they're both fantastic games. I love both of them. They're good for different reasons, and I think some people just hold on to Doom 2016 for simplicity, probably, but for me personally, it's because it just I think has a better atmosphere. It's dark, it's grimmy, it's grim,
Grimace.
grim as shit. It's yeah, it's a lot more realistic, and then the story, like I said, simple, easy to follow. Um, doesn't make it better, but just I like that personally. I can think about it more. It was Eternal. Its story was good. Had really badass moments. Well, actually, there's a lot of badass moments. I mean, great quotes from it. Um, but yeah, when I think fondly of my time playing Doom, um, I don't know. The smile on my face after finishing 2016 was much bigger than when I finished Eternal. The smile was still huge on Eternal, but I just I don't know. It's like those things where you could say like, but is it better than sex? I think 2016 is better than sex. I was
How
like,
would you
God damn,
know?
dude. Uh, listen, but yeah, it was a very special experience. So, um, like I said, to each their own. Like if people find it hard, there also might be I think that's why he brought up the console thing, is because it's a bit harder to play, in my opinion, on controller because it's a lot of fast moving in Eternal compared to 2016, which is much slower. That and Eternal kind of forces you to use the chainsaw all the time, otherwise you're not going to be getting ammo back. Um, so Eternal's like more active in getting ammo. Like it's not like normal um, games like Doom where you just kind of collect more ammo as you go. I mean, there are parts where you can get ammo, but it, it, it it's meant for you to run out of ammo in an encounter, and that's supposed to happen. And then you're supposed to use the chainsaw or other methods of disposing of demons to earn ammo back, and then continue the fight. And both were cool. They're just very different systems, and that's okay. So if people have preferences, they have preferences. I'm not going to say that they're just bad at games, skill issue. It might be a skill issue, but I mean, a lot of gamers are just casuals, filthy casuals.
Basically casuals.
The what was it? Half-Life 2 got a huge update, for the 20th anniversary.
hmm
And
Damn, it's been 20 years. Oh! Sorry, I'm
and
old.
and in the developer commentary, I still haven't finished it, but I've gone about halfway through with the developer commentary, and I'm always fascinated when they talk about the playtesting that they do with people. Um, like at the very beginning, they're like, yeah, we were doing some play tests early on for like the train yard, where you start.
Yep.
Um, we're doing some early play tests to see how people do in navigating this place, and like after you get out of Barney's place, people didn't know what to do with the box. So people literally got stuck there. I was like, dude, just climb on the box. That's so like my 4-year-old brain understood that. Actually, six. I was six when it came out. My 6-year-old brain was able to figure that one out. But a lot of people would just pick up the box and throw it out the window, and then they'd have to like have the box respawn. Um, so it would soft lock the game. That's why they're like, oh, it's critical that we do these play tests. But I'm not going to go through every other example that I was finding in the developer commentary. But the consensus that I got to was people are just fucking stupid. Like they really are, and it's not that's not a knock on them. I shouldn't say it like to be too rude, but not everyone just gets it, you know. So some people just understand. Like when I'm playing Destiny 2, whenever I'm doing a new raid or dungeon, like I just understand. I understand gaming at this point, mechanics and whatnot. Even though there are lots of mechanics that are new, like I know the ecosystem of games, but not everyone else does, and that's okay. As long as it doesn't sour the experience for the experienced players, then I think you're fine having both games. But anyway, I'm done waxing poetic there. I'll let you talk more.
Okay. Well, I think you've covered all the bases, so. And I've only ever played and finished 2016, so I still have yet to experience Eternal. So.
Definitely do it. As much as I was saying I like 2016 more, Eternal was a testosterone-inducing experience.
All right.
Son of a bitch. And I need to play the DLCs too. And then Doom the Dark Ages comes fucking. You get a freaking gun that crushes skulls and then shoots the shards at people. It's fucking metal, dude. Like, okay, this is a prequel, so it takes place in the Dark Ages. So Doom guy can't have a chainsaw. Okay, what if we do a shield with a chainsaw on it? Fucking metal. I'm really excited to play that one. Oh god.
They give him the diamond shotgun.
Yeah. Doom actually isn't a cover shooter, which kind of sucks if you're a demon. It's a horror game. If you're a demon.
For the demons, yeah. they're just chilling. They hear the Doom music. Oh no, he's here.
When the Doom soundtrack kicks in. A lot of times when I think of some kind of epic fist fight or whatever, I Doom soundtrack just immediately goes to my head.
Yep.
Oh, Mick Gordon, you will be missed. You will be missed.
Okay, moving on. TF2 is overrated. It's boring. The characters are terrible, and the lines are so annoying. False.
Titanfall 2?
TF2.
Or yeah, Titanfall 2
Team
or Team
Fortress 2.
Oh, gotta specify. I don't know. I love Team Fortress 2. I didn't play it like that much, but son of a bitch, it's a game with a fuck ton of charm.
Yeah.
The Meet the Team ads alone are better than 90% of game stories like ever.
PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, I'm assuming he was going to say X, are overblown and not worth it. There is nothing about either that comes across as exclusive. And, I mean, he's got a fair point, honestly.
Is he just saying the exclusives aren't good or the consoles aren't good?
I think he's just saying they're just not worth it. I'm guessing he means, like, just get a PC.
Oh.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. I mean, PC Master Race, but I disagree. Consoles still have a place.
Yeah.
Until the Steam Deck gets much better with more of the couch casual kind of gaming, consoles do that. They're the great way to have something by your TV and you just chill by the couch and don't have to slouch over and lean towards your monitor like I'm doing right now.
This next guy was also deleted. Says, I have a few.
He was deleted or the account was deleted?
Uh, both. Okay. I'm not a
I'm on
fan
a
of.
program.
I'm not a fan of Soulsborne games, and it's not to do with the difficulty. I just find them boring, and the combat sucks. Dead Space 2 is a slog to play through, and not even close to Dead Space 1. It has stuff I like, but I didn't have fun time with DS2 as much as I had with the first one. Also, fuck that final boss to hell and back. Uh,
Been
Fear
a
is
long time since I played Destiny, or not Destiny 2, Dead Space 2.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember the final boss, and all I can remember is the. Oh, I remember now. Fear is good, but kind of overrated. I think The Evil Within 1 is great, although flawed, and is much better than the second game. MGSV was super disappointing. I don't know what that one is.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yes. RE4, Resident Evil 4, doesn't deserve the backlash of the one that killed the franchise for a bit. No idea. Doom Eternal is fine. I'm not a mega fan of arena combat games. Someone replied
Oh
to,
my goodness.
someone replied to that. Your first one is pure blasphemy.
What was... He spat it off. I didn't realize he was giving multiple takes, but
Yeah.
spat it off a lot there. We need to dissect this. So, you said
Soulsborne games aren't good.
aren't good.
Dead Space
Okay.
2 was fun, but not as good as the first one, which I guess is kind of fair. I don't know. I like them both. Fear is overrated. I haven't played Fear, so I can't really say. E Within 1 is great. I haven't played it either. Metal Gear Solid 5 was disappointing. Resident Evil 4 doesn't do backlash. And Doom Eternal is fine, but he's not a mega fan of arena combat games.
Okay. I mean, it's just micro takes.
Yeah.
Aren't good. I hate that, like, aren't good crowd. Like you just not like it? That's different than not being good. You know? I didn't like The Godfather. I'm sorry. I have a Peter Griffin take on that one. But I don't think it was a bad movie. Actually, I think it was a very exceptionally well made movie. But that doesn't mean I enjoyed it exceptionally well. And I'm not going to shit on people who enjoy it. Once I finish Bloodborne, maybe I'll have a more stuff to say on Souls games. It's tough though. Fucking hard. I mean, they say it's going to take like 60 hours to finish. I'm like, good lord. You know, so it's expected that you fail a lot, which is fine for me. I think for me, and this is just for me, I think it would just be a lot more digestible if, you know, really it was a lot shorter. Not as a full game, obviously, but I don't know. I just don't feel as accomplished sometimes beating the bosses. I just feel like, fuck you. I am so done with you. Just get out of my face. And my friend who introduced me to the game, he's like, "Oh, it's such a good game. Like, here, watch me play this." And he's like, using some stupid exploit. I'm like, okay, so you can't even do the game either. You just like you gotta take this bottle and throw it at the corner and just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Just keep doing. I'm like that doesn't seem good. You know,
Well,
I was expecting just tuck and roll, tuck and roll, tuck and roll.
yeah, if he did that, he'd be
Harry.
the victim.
Yeah. Tuck and roll, parry, tuck and roll, parry. You know, that's what I was expecting more of. But he's like, oh no, if you like stand here, then he doesn't do as much damage to you. If you like stand here and throw this bottle at the wall, then it just gets locked onto this thing. You bring this guy with you. I'm like, if you put half as he hates Destiny. I'm like, if you put half as much because it's hard. Because it's hard. I'm like, you play Souls games. And I'm like, do you know why you're so good at them? Because you watch guides. You won't put any effort into any other game that you play. I just can't. I just can't play that game. It's too hard. You play Souls. You play Souls games. What are you talking about? Because you don't want to put in work. That's it. Anyway, sorry, rant over.
All good. Yeah. I wonder if this dude still has his opinion years later, because it says, y'all are really Nintendo haters. best video game company of all time, though, and easily has the best games. Well, this was posted 2 years ago. I wonder if this dude still has that opinion. Doom was a good company, I think. They made cheap games, cheap. I would say cheap consoles. I never really.
Doom was a
Nintendo.
good. Oh, they said Doom was.
Did I say Doom? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you did. Anyway,
Nintendo was a good company, and well, now I think they're just greedy assholes like the rest of them.
but then Oblivion Remaster came out, and Xbox is like, you know what? Our brand sucks. How about we, give a slap to the balls here for Nintendo? Your $90 games? How about a $50 game? Fuck you.
Hell yeah. All right, this one you might have something to say about this one. Doom.
God damn it. Oh, keep going.
Doom peaked at Doom 2, and the newer games are not fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really get mad at that because I've already gotten mad at other things. Disagree.
All right, cool.
I think I love the originals. We wouldn't have the. I mean, they were fun to play, but I've yet to replay them, But I've replayed the newer games. So there's that.
All right.
Also, it speaks volumes that people love them because they use the not just charm, but the formula that the original games had mixed in with some modern stuff. It being basically an arena shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, people still like that.
And Doom 3, I mean,
Yeah, I never played that one.
Yeah. It's probably for the better. This guy, I like how this guy starts off. He says, alright, I guess I have a few, but they're not that spicy. Pretty tame. Halo Reach is the best Halo campaign and has the best story. Agreed. While Halo Infinite has the best multiplayer.
I can see that.
I enjoyed Infinite's multiplayer. Hated the challenges at first, but still had a pretty good multiplayer, I think.
Yeah, it's the only multiplayer since Reach that I've cared about. In fact, I mean, I don't even go back into multiplayer on MCC right now. I just don't care about multiplayer games. But Infinite, it's like the only multiplayer game in recent memory that I actually went out and enjoyed playing and just played to play the game. If I'm ever playing PvP in Destiny, it's because there's some challenge I need to do. There's something that's drawing me in for something. But Infinite is genuinely fun. Yeah. And then Reach is goated.
Yep. But what about all the Halo 3 stands? They're gonna be like, actually, Halo 3.
Actually, yeah, Halo 3 is better because Miranda says, to war. That was such a badass moment, And then she goes out like a badass when she shows up with no backup and then just fucking dies to a cripple, So cool.
And the cutscenes where you can clearly see it's just a 2D image and not actually. Yeah, good times.
Reach did that too.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a lot more noticeable in 3 than it is Reach.
I love 3, but these Halo 3 fans are getting me to hate it.
Yeah, I love 3 too, but it's the same thing.
Nothing wrong with Halo 3. There's some things I didn't like, but it's an amazing game. Holy shit, it's wonderful. And then these people are but they undid the fall of Reach. Okay. I'm pretty sure they contacted Bungie. Eric Nyland was aware of what they were doing. It's just a book. The book didn't go anywhere, and the retcons are pretty cool. We got a satisfying story. Yeah. I've read The Fall of Reach.
Now, if only they bring Rookie back.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean the like people are like, oh, they undid the Fall of Reach, the book. But then when a book undoes something in the games, then then the
Yeah.
entire
And you
community is
expect me to
all on now.
believe that gamers can read? I don't think so.
The entire gaming community is like, you shouldn't do that. You do it in the games. Like, well, what the fuck do you want then? I, I've read a few of the books, but the games take precedence. And as long as it's good, like as long as it's not a bad retcon, no Noble Team's story was a good retcon. And it's not even okay. I've I read the edited version of the Fall of Reach, and I don't read the original, but still, from what I've heard, it's not that big a deal. It still works. It just works.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just
These next few, I don't really think I'll have an opinion on, but I'm going to read them anyway. All the Pokemon games are the same thing, and the stories are actual garbage lately.
the
Fortnite is
what game?
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon. Yeah, I've never played Pokemon.
Pokemon. Fortnite is a good game. No, it's not. With a decent story. It has a story. Since when the fuck does Fortnite have a story?
Dude, that's how they revealed Emperor Palpatine was back.
Of course. If Poe had just played Fortnite, he would have known. That's how. Okay.
Yep.
Battle passes aren't necessarily a bad concept. They give you something else to work for if you so choose. Undertale and Hollow Knight have some of the best OSTs in gaming history. Minecraft should start focusing a bit more on combat and replayability, replay exploration than they do. The
Yep.
only good part are the builds and mini games. I doubt any of these will make anyone upset. Well, there's two replies, so someone's upset. This first reply: Fortnite is literally the most unoriginal game in existence. Not to mention, woefully desperate to remain relevant and blatantly disrespectful to some of the characters they put in, i.e., Spider-Man running around and killing people with a rifle. That's my hot take. Someone replied to that: You must hate Ready Player One. Honestly fair, but the disrespect thing you mentioned actually has a lore reason. Once someone enters the loops, they lose their memory every 5 minutes and go back into the battle royale. So I don't think Spider-Man would have his current morals. And honestly, yeah, Fortnite's simple and can be bad at times, but if you just grab 3 other friends and just goof off, it can be fun. Yeah, I don't know. Still don't like Fortnite.
People are just mad that it's popular. They're just hipsters. I mean, I don't like Fortnite, but
I am one of those hipsters. All
yeah, burn your tongue on coffee because you drink it before it's cool.
right. Yeah, I think the Halo one was the only one I really had anything to say about.
What did it say about Halo C?
He didn't say anything about Halo C. He just said Reach is the best Halo campaign. Infinite has the best multiplayer.
That's still the same person. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Many takes.
That was all one version, yeah.
At that point, it's not a hot take, it's a shit take. As in, I can take a shit and you still wouldn't be done reading it.
This next one, Advanced Warfare is one of the best Call of Duty games. False. The Battlefield series isn't that great. The new Battlefront 2 is better than the... Whoa! 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 Back up there, buckaroo. The new Battlefront 2 is better than the original one. False. Every Souls game is basically the same thing, yet people give COD shit. Ooh, you're not gonna like this one. Destiny is not fun at all. Now that Cyberpunk is fixed, it's actually amazing and an amazing open world game, and Warzone is not fun. I like how he hypes up Call of Duty like Call of Duty a bunch, and he's like, yeah, actually, the Warzone sucks though. Yeah, Advanced Warfare is not a good Call of Duty. And like, I remember people were like saying like, oh, it's so underrated and whatnot. And I like finally after years of not playing it, I played it for the first time like forever ago, first and only time, and I was like, yeah, no, that was a steam pile of shit. Like it's not great.
What you're seeing is Advanced Warfare.
What you're seeing is Modern Warfare. What? What you're
You
seeing
gotta do it in
is
a British accent.
Halo Infinite.
We did it. The weapon. We beat the Harbinger. Yes, this Halo. It is infinite, isn't it?
Say that
Bullcrap.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2.
Destiny's a shit game. I played all the time.
But Battlefront 2 being better, the new one being better than the original one, is just a lie. Like, how do you live with lying to yourself like that, dude?
If they had Battlefront 2, basically, kind of like how they have it set up right now, but with the content of the original, as in basically like a remaster with dice, like a
Well, they
almost
did
like
do a
one.
remaster, remember? And that sucked.
No. I mean like no, not just like a slight upgrade
I
with
know.
some upgraded textures. I'm talking like engine change too. Basically, a merge of the original with the dice version, and it would be great. Like people love the original Battlefront 2, and I mean it's a dated game. I get it. Um, but I mean, is the combat systems and whatnot are so much better in the new one. Yet I don't have the drive to want to play it. You know? So what does that say? But what do I know? I played the original when it came out, so I guess I'm biased. Destiny's only good for me because I have friends who play it and it's fun playing with them. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have stuck around just playing by myself like I used to
Yeah.
when it first came out.
I definitely would not
For
have
10 years.
continued to
10
play
years.
Destiny if you didn't join.
10 years. You know, played the game for 10 years, and then I look back on it. I'm like, that was a kind of shitty story. It wasn't bad, but I give it at best I'd give it the whole thing like a 6 out of 10. It had some moments that were, maybe like a 8 or 9 out of 10 maybe. There was never a 10 out of 10. Like there was never there were expansions that were great, that were absolutely wonderful, but like when if I were to compare it to other games, like I don't know, it never had stellar writing. It never had it never did any one thing extremely well. Or actually, I should say, it was never a jack of most trades. You know what I mean? It did like one or two things really, really well, while in every single season or every expansion, something else suffered. Like they couldn't just make everything at least just good. Like something had to be just doggone awful, and then you'd have a nice shining piece of silver amidst a lot of shit. Uh, but I also wouldn't say it's actually a like terrible game, or nor is it a terrible experience. But yeah, if I had just stuck around for the story, had a great ending, but the the bread was good.
Bread.
But I didn't really like the meat or the veggies that much. Um, the cheese was good. So I had a grill. If they just made it to a grilled cheese sandwich, it would have been a lot better.
Okay. That's one hell of a analogy.
Hell yeah, dude. America.
Halo 1 and 2's campaigns are bad and uncreative and are only liked due to the fact they were on consoles and that the audience had likely missed out on PC FPS games like Half-Life 1 and 2, which were coming out the same time or earlier. I experienced both of those games growing up, so
L take.
yeah.
L take. Yeah. The Halo and Half-Life were great for different reasons. That's not true. I watched a video of this kid. I mean, I think he's like 17 or 18. I think he said he was in high school, and he recently played the Half-Life games, and he's literally younger than Halo 3, I think. Let's see, that's 2008. So younger than Halo 2 at least. Um, and so he didn't experience them till later, and pretty much once Infinite came out, like that's how late he is to the party. And he's like, I just wanted to, from a non-biased perspective, someone who didn't grow up with the games, I wanted to see if these games are overhyped. He's like, overall consensus, hell no, these games are fucking good. I was interested to see it because I was like, yeah, I am blind by nostalgia on this game, absolutely. So, you and I played it when we were kids all the time. It was pretty much the only game we had, and no, it was cool to see him go in without that without those nostalgia goggles. And he's like, yeah, the Bungie Halo games, they were phenomenal experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So
And as you know, my coworker Dart has never experienced the Half-Life games, so I went ahead and gave him my copy of the Orange Box. And he has experienced Valve games in general, so he's apparently only done TF2 so far. And I'm fucking waiting for him to play Half-Life 2 and Portal 2, Portal 1, so I can be like, slaps, right? Hell yeah.
he needs to get on that.
Yep. Silent protagonists fucking suck. It doesn't make me feel like I'm actually the character if the MC doesn't talk. Main character, I'm guessing. It just makes me think I'm playing a mute. And I don't just mean games like Chrono Trigger, where Chrono is literally silent all game. I also mean games like Dragon Age Origins, where the game's voice acting, except for the MC, who just picks menu options.
Oh, I was gonna say like Fallout,
Yeah.
4, or yeah, you are talking. So he doesn't include that.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say that's all right. That's not really fair. Um, okay. Balance take. I mean, I don't think every game has to have a silent protagonist, but
Yeah.
it. I don't know. You end up with a really annoying voice, and then it like just distracts you from the experience.
Yeah.
Like I don't want Gordon to have a voice. I'm okay with
Unless he's played by Ross.
yeah, that's true. But you can, I guess, are they written to actually be a silent protagonist? Because I think it's pretty iffy in Half-Life if Gordon's actually silent or if he's just talking, but just that's not the way the game's represented. I don't know. I like Halo, but I'm not really a fan of Master Chief talking during the cutscenes. I just don't really care for any game where you're talking while the game's actually running. Maybe unless it's like a third person game, Lara Croft games or Tomb Raider games and like Jedi Fallen Order. Those are fun. Yeah, I don't I like silent protagonists. That doesn't make me feel like Gordon. I don't think I'm Gordon. I can put what he might be saying in my head, and so I think it's just a different experience. No comment.
Sorry, I was trying to be the silent protagonist for a second there.
Ah, of course.
No, just continue looking for any more hot takes that we could probably react to. But I think the rest of these are just games that I've never heard of. So got an hour and 15. I think it's pretty good for content. So, if you guys enjoyed this reaction to some of these hot takes, be sure to like and subscribe for more epic content just like it. If you guys want to read the rest of these hot takes, because there are quite a few, according to this, there's 744 comments on here, and we only read about probably, 20 of them? So, if you guys want to check out these comments for yourselves, I'll leave the link in the description. And with that said, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a good one. I'll see you all next time.